Hi legends, let's analyze the price of Bitcoin here together, and also there's potentially an altcoin that's showing a beautiful retest of a breakout on the trend line. Let's go through that today. Also remember my favorite exchanges that I do my daily trading on: 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍, 𝗤𝗿 and 𝗞𝗍cie. With 𝗤𝗿 and 𝗞𝗍cie you don't have to KYC. Down in the description, go sign up and come trade with me. Right, legends, looking at the price of Bitcoin over here, we have to acknowledge that a fixed range profile that I've pulled over here, we currently have acceptance back above the value area high of this entire range since 28th of Feb 2024. Okay, and we've been consolidating for quite a number of months inside of this area. So is this the moment where we're going to see the breakout, perhaps a retest for a load up zone where, definitely if we can hold this area high over here, you want to see this area as a potential load up zone for continuation here back to the upside to come and claim the all-time high. If we had to get acceptance back inside the range, we can retest it as resistance and find continuation back to the value area low. So quite important to see how does price react here when we do retrace here to the value area high. Do we get acceptance back inside the range, or do we retest it as support for continuation here to the upside? Right, legends, there's also a scenario where we are struggling to break here through the 0.88 taken from this pivot to the low over here, and it's just a game of probabilities. Probabilities state that when you retrace as deep as the 0.88, you increase the chances of eventually taking this local high over here, right? So you either bounce here on the value area high for continuation to the upside, or we find the strength from where we are right now, and I'll zoom into the smaller time frames to go and analyze what's happening there. But also you can retrace a little bit deeper, perhaps a week here into the 0.618 for then continuation here back to the upside. But from a bullish momentum perspective, this is actually quite a good sign that we have tapped the 0.88, and it's not guaranteed that we are going to move up here. It's just a game of probabilities that, generally speaking, when you tap the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of coming to claim this high sooner or later. Okay, let's go and zoom into the smaller time frames and analyze what's going on there. Okay, right, legends, looking at Bitcoin here on the 1 hour time frame, what I'm watching here is when you take a fib from the low to the high over here, more local price action, you can see that we are struggling to break back below the previous day value area high. Okay, when I switch on the session volume profile, you guys will see here, just wait for it to load up. We have a previous day value area high over here, and currently we are finding support above this level over here. So this could potentially still give us that momentum that we need here to the upside, consolidating here for that explosive move here to the upside. But we have to remain above this value area high over here. Okay, a little bit further down, legends, is, let me just take the session volume profile out, is that I'm also looking at the 50 untapped 50% fib level over here, and we also have a little bit further down, there's a small consolidation area in this range when you zoom into the 5-minute or even the 10-minute time frame, that is the 0.618, and here you can see here's that major value area high of the entire range that I'm still keeping an eye on. Is to say that if we had to wick in here and we get acceptance back above this level, this would be an area of interest to start loading up from a long perspective for me. Okay, where we could find the continuation here to the upside. From a more simplistic perspective, legends, what I'm looking at over here is when I take a normal trend here, just switch it on from the highs, connecting the highs over here. Okay, I'm just drawing this trend over here. And it's always that scenario that if you do not know what's going to happen in this area, you just sit on your hands and you wait for the break of the trend over here. Okay, so price can break through now, price can still fall down here, but eventually when you break the trend, you observe the price reaction. What's happening when you break the trend with a high volume, a high time frame candle close outside of the trend, where you then play the breakout back to the upside to come and claim this high, and also taking profits on your way up by these clear pivots. Okay, where I will then take a fib from the high to wherever we've made the new low over here, draw it, and usually by your 618 levels and your 50% fib levels are also very good profit taking areas, because you don't know if we are definitely going to come and claim the high over here, right? You might break out, make a lower high for continuation back to the downside. Okay, legends, just zooming here into the 15-minute time frame, what I'm also looking from a smaller time frame perspective is to say that, well, there's definitely a possibility that we come back down here, okay, and we SFP from this low. This is the low that really interests me at the moment, because it also has confluence with a 50% fib level, untapped fib level over here, where you potentially come down, you SFP, and the acceptance back above the low over here here, bouncing on the 50% is also an area from a long trigger perspective that I will be interested in. And then you wait here for the break of the trend and see how we react when we get to the trend. Do we reject back to the downside, or do we break through, retest it for continuation here back to the upside? Also, one of the altcoins that I'm currently looking at here is EGLD, legends. It looks like we had a nice beautiful breakout here to the upside, and is this now retesting the trend line for continuation to the upside? Okay, these are the areas that look very interesting to me. Also, when I take a FIB, okay, when I take a FIB here from the low to the high that we've made, okay, and just zooming here onto the 4 hour to show everyone, I'm tracking this momentum here to the downside. Also, I've been tracking this larger momentum to the downside where we broke out, we consolidated sideways, then I tracked this momentum here to the downside, which we have now broken out of, okay, and we are currently finding support above these highs over here. So from a smaller time frame perspective, let's jump back onto the 1 hour. What I'm looking at here is this is potentially a load up zone for me here on EGLD, is to say that, okay, we have just bounced here. You can see how well we've respected the 50% level over here. You have a breakout, you have a retest, and potentially this will give you continuation here to the upside. Okay, so definitely an area of interest. I do acknowledge, okay, that we can still come back down a little bit further. Perhaps we make a lower high and we come and tap the 0.618 or even the 786 over here, where it looks like you're getting acceptance back inside the trend, only to see that explosive momentum back to the upside. So I'm keeping my eyes open over here, legends. This is where you need to pay attention, is that you've missed a breakout. A lot of people miss the breakouts and, oh, I didn't get in, I didn't get the entry that I wanted. Now the altcoins are doing some of their retests here to the downside, and this is where you need to pay attention. Okay, definitely we can bounce from where we are right now with good risk management. Please manage your risk with low leverage and low capital, not risking more than what you can afford to lose. But I'm definitely interested where we're bouncing right now, the 0.618 level and the 786 level, which has confluence with this consolidation area over here. Okay, so there's definitely a possibility that the retest for EGLD is taking place here at the moment. Let's see how price reacts here. Thanks for watching, legends. For the easiest trading strategy that I apply for momentum here to the upside, especially with the breakouts that we're getting here from our favorite altcoins, go check out this video right now. And until the next one, cheers for now.